Missouri Chamber of Commerce for a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Matter of fact, here in St. Louis, oh my God, the skies are clear. So in fact, it feels like it should feel in the month of February. This is February the 3rd, 2024. And just in case you missed it, positivity, that word always get me up as a tongue twister, but positivity is feel. Now, this is the honorary groundhog. Did see his shadow yesterday morning. And what this means is prediction that there will be a early spring. Now, this marks the 21st time. Remember, this is what I'm saying here. In 21 years out of 138 years, as Phil has not seen his shadow during this 38 year position. This again is something going up here in Pennsylvania every year, and people that's tune in and look upset. But right now, I know, and we're looking out now that what we see today, we're not sure how it's going to be 6 weeks from now. But right now, I'm going to enjoy today that the Lord has given us also. And, because it is a beautiful day in my neighborhood. I hope it's better neighborhood also. And also, a recent study by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has determined that adults who receive the updated COVID-19 vaccine were 54% less likely to get COVID-19. Now, this is very important, okay? Because we know COVID-19 changed everything in our lives, everything that we did or didn't do. You said improve your life or it took away from your life. But this neutralizing antibiotic against it also works against, we were talking about a couple of weeks before here on the XBB, which is something that's very powerful, and it's also the JN.1. So all these right now are being able to be neutralized by the vaccine that's out here, and also been noticing that people, how they go about this, unfortunately, COVID-19 cases, we're finding hospitalizations are increasing. We're finding that deaths are increasing, and that these people that did not get vaccinated are normally having these issues here. But the good part about it now is, okay, once they kind of get to the hospital, to the doctor now, they have medications now that can prevent death the way it had been before. So that is a vast improvement. But the one thing that you can do, that I can do, and for your own self, is wash your hands. That's something we've been taught as kids. Wash your hands. You get a little soap, a little warm water. But just wash your hands, when you go to the bathroom, you kind of do those cooking things, touching food and stuff like that. And also, what you can do also is wear a face mask. And there was a time there was a shortage of face mask. Everywhere you go now, you can wear your face mask. And I suggest that you can get the 10 by 95 face mask. Those are regular velvet at a cheaper price nowadays. And that's very, very, very important. And also, another thing you can do, which is hard nowadays than before, you can practice social distancing. And that means just, somebody cough, just what we'll see. I had people cough on me all week, but I had my mask on. And I thank God that this is, a blessing that we can do that. And also this past week, in the Black community, we lost, to me, a great communicator that did a lot in the Black community. The late, I should say, Joe Madison. He is a civil rights advocate, and a radio personality on Sirius XM radio, and it shows that he's always been about telling the truth as much as he could, and the best he knew. And he passed away this past Wednesday at the age of 74 years old after a long battle with cancer. So again, with his family, and all of this is okay, because that's a voice that we lost. And also on Thursday, Carl Winters, you may know him as the actor that was famous for Apollo Creed, in the Rocky movies. He's also in the Star Wars series and many, many other movies. And he passed away also on Thursday at the age of 76 years old. So we just thank God that we continue to bless people and bless their families and stuff, and also continue to bless and keep you. And also, yesterday was a very solemn day. People not even aware of, but they should be aware of. President Joe Biden and First Lady joined grievance families at Dover Air Force Base on Friday to witness the return of three Black American soldiers, service members, who were killed last week in an attack on Jordan. Now, this was an attack because right now in the Middle East, we cannot begin to tell you what's going on. And some real, and I talked about before the show, is that there's all type of names and stuff, that people being called. Nobody, the cooties. I mean, I can begin to tell you who's what, okay, but I can't tell you what, okay. These three service members lost their lives. And also they were, by the way, they were, honored by the president to give them a higher rank. And he said, why they're important? Well, for those family members, okay, they get every benefits. You know what I mean? And so right now, it's very important with his right hand, right over his heart. President Biden looked at the three transfer caskets draped with American flags. They were carried from the short distance between a C-5 Galaxy military transport aircraft to a waiting van. And from there, they went to their separate ways, their families and stuff. Now, hey, Scott.
Sir.
Help me out, okay? What is a C-5 Galaxy? What kind of plane is that?
C-5 Galaxy is it's a cargo plane, hence the C, but it's the second largest cargo plane that the Air Force has under the C-17. So it's a big plane. I've flown in one once, and it's got a lot of space in it. You could put a helicopter in that thing.
For real?
Yep, for real.
Wow. So that's my learned name. So the word C means cargo.
Mm-hmm. C means cargo, yep.
Okay.
F means fighter.
Okay.
B means...
Can they put a Huey in there, or they just a regular chopper?
No, we're talking Huey.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Huey big by itself, because that's what used to drop them napalm bombs on Vietnam.
I'm sure. Well, there was the C-130, the C-141. Those are the big ones, and the ones that I've had experience with. But
right now, go ahead, Rick.
But bombers are a B designation. So.
Okay. Well, right now, you mentioned bomber. That was my next thing not to say is that right now, in retaliatory for those deaths, the United States launched an attack yesterday against 85 sites in Iraq and Syria used by Iranian forces. And these tracks right now, it's not going to Iran right now. Is the one supplying all the money, all these militant groups, and right now this is it's going to hopefully that there will no more American people are killed, and that's okay. We pray for people who lose their lives, but right now this is saying that if you protect our people, there's a cost and a price for doing that, and that is not something that something that we are proud of. But one thing we know that they are being respected, and also the strike on these American who got killed, the Patriots in Jordan last weekend, and this, as we can see, that this Middle East is starting to get wilder and wilder, and I always pray every day for peace in the Middle East, and also we pray that also for our leaders, okay, our people that's fighting over there, they come home safe with their families also. And while this is going on, okay, in our Congress here in the United States, the United States House of Representatives has just passed, a mark here as the least productive Congress in our history. That means Congress has units, they all have jobs to do. And one of the things that House of Representatives have to do, what they shouldn't do, I say, is pass 12 bills every session. Those bills are meant to finance each segment of our government. The agriculture section, the military, I mean, each one of those things that get done in our country, we have a budget for those. And the House of Representatives is one that does those budgets. So right now, we're going to shut down. We have a continuing resolution, and those are being done in segments. Again, we pray that things, thank God that we all get those things done sometime, and that's a good thing to do. And we should thank God that this will continue to take place. But we hope everything will come together, okay, and they can get along. As I said, Rodney King, family tree, can we just get along? And also, along those same lines, I'm happy to say the United States Senate negotiators, now this is the Senate right now, who are not waiting right now for the House to do their job. But one of the things that's taking place that's been held up is the overall asylum system. The deal the Senate has put together right now. This is with Democrats and Republicans. So now they have agreed to come together with a deal that will also provide funds to fight the border wars that right now down on the Mexico border and other borders around the world. And also this is with Democrats and Republican leaders. They began to democrats visiting Congress to pass a national security package. It includes tens of billions of dollars for Ukraine, and immigration, and as well as funding for Israel and other allies. See, one of the things that we do, our government does, we go out and we make a promise. And the United States, by the way, is the number one economy in the whole world right now. We can happy to say those things are true. And it's a very good thing to say that, okay. And also, in saying that, this past week, we have got a good report card. The economy continues to grow each week. Interest rates will not be rising, this month, and also they're probably going down very shortly. Stock market continues to certainly get better and better, because right now Wall Street is making more money than ever before. The number of Americans filing for jobless claims, AIG rose last week to the highest in 11 weeks. In 11 weeks, layoffs remain historically low. Mortgage rates continue to ease this week also. And this is kind of interesting here, that the average new investor looks different from years past. They are now younger, more eager, and ready to learn, and they are black. A new report from the Financial Industry and Regulatory Authority, Investor Education Foundation, National Financial Capability Study found that new generations of young investors are black, millennials, and Z generation, and they are shaking up investment. So right now we are so happy to see this is taking place, as we see our economy still stands strong, and that is very, very important. And it's just reading reports that our economy is the strongest in the world. And also this past week, this weekend, this Saturday, matter of fact, starts the day the first primary in the presidential primaries this year in the Democrat. They kicked off their primary season this year in the state of South Carolina. And just yesterday, Vice President Kamala Harris was joined by Senator, not Senator, I gave a promotion, Representative Clyburn from the Michigan, South Carolina, and also, some leaders there, who are saying now that we're excited, okay, that the primary seat is officially taken off, and that is a good thing, because right now we're looking at, this time the primaries are different than we've seen in the past. Right now, for all practical purposes, it seems as though that former President Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee, and he right now has taken on all the challenges, and only one lady who remains, Nikki Haley, and she's from the state of South Carolina. So again, we'll see now how this Democratic primary plays out. And right now, there's no one really running against President Biden right now, so there should not be no big secret as it turns out. And also, the Republican primary is coming up sometime soon here, and we'll see how that turns out for Nikki Haley. Now, once we have announced that that the President Biden will be running against President Trump, then we'll see them going head to head. But right now, something that took place this past week, that in the Republican National Party, that there's a big divide, needless to say. And one of those divides is they found out now that the Republican National Committee, which is opposed to, and I said a committee, well, the Republican National Committee is also supposed to provide funds, not just for the president, okay, but for the United States senators that are running, for the congressmen that are running, for your governors, for your state representatives, and all those people on the down ballot. They're supposed to provide funds for all those people that run for re-election. But right now, they're saying that this is there seems to be no money in the kitty for them to be able to money to fund all those campaigns, and that's going to be a problem going forward right now. Because fortunately, I'm not I am sending a portrait to the president that up front. That the money is coming into the Democratic Party right now, and Jamie Harris also joined by President Harris just in South Carolina. Matter of fact, he was from South Carolina also, by the way. So right now, we have harmony on that side of the ticket, and we're going to see when it kicks off. And right now, we are happy to say that this week, in 1865, an abolitionists, I should say, John S. Rock became the first black lawyer admitted to the bar of the Supreme Court. So he was like the first lawyer to get admitted to the bar, and that was back in 1865. And thank God there's been lawyers since that time, and almost every state had their own bar association, but they had to be established by them, okay. And also something that's taking place here in St. Louis and around the country, you found a lot of our black leaders up under attack, like Cori Bush, Congresswoman Cori Bush right now is facing a disappointment charge against her campaign, and about her paying for her security. Keep in mind that Congresswoman Bush is a very loud person, and always has been, and that has created a little animosity. People wouldn't threaten her. And these threats are for real, by the way, people. We see people like now, like in the case of former, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, where her husband was almost killed. I mean, so these threats, and not only are they real, you have these judges now being threatened. You're in politics, you threaten, and this has gotten out of, this has gotten crazy. For lack of better, I guess it's crazy, real. People run office nowadays. You can be prepared now to be beaten up, be charged with all type of stuff. Like look at what's going on right now down in Georgia, where the prosecuting attorney down there from the state is has indicted 18 people. Well, right now they are now charging and more charges, and more investigation into her personal life. Well. Yes, sir.
The biggest thing that's going on out here in the universe now is the pride of life.
Oh yes.
Pride is the biggest thing that's going on out here with Donald Trump, President Biden, the Vice President, everywhere. Pride is the worst thing that's in the universe. That's the biggest thing. That's what brought Lucifer down to Satan from heaven. Was pride.
He got kicked out of heaven.
Yeah, but that was still pride. Because man is so wicked. Even without the devil, man is wicked by himself because of sin. It says the wages of sin is death. It didn't say the wages of Satan is death. It said the ways of sin is there. So a person that's in sin is already corrupt.
We can't deny that, but I will say one thing for sure, okay, that wherever you are right now, you hear my voice, please go out and go to your polling, to where you live at, and register to vote. It's important that you do that. You get registered to vote, okay? It's not something you can show up and something ready to vote. We'll make sure, because right now there are a lot of things taking place in the polling places. A lot of things are taking place. They take people off the rolls. There was a time that you would see on the roll, but now they're purging the rolls right now. And so we ask you to participate, ask you to vote your choice, wherever you are. And the one thing that we all are equal to on that one day.
See, also else is that people need to go out and do things for themselves instead of waiting on something to happen. Go make things happen.
Right, that's what I said. Don't wait for them to tell you to go get registered. You're right now, by you didn't hear the game. You're not saying a long line. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you were saying about the caucus last week?
Mm-hmm.
I found out different about that. There's a lot of BS's they putting out here about this caucus and all that stuff. Don't believe that mess. You just go and do the regular things you've been doing as a registered voter in the city of your state.
Well, see, Rev, right now makes it correct you, okay? That's why I said the rules are changing as we speak, okay? And right now, here in Missouri, okay, we normally would have go to the polls and we would vote. But this year in Missouri, okay, we will be going to a caucus. And here in Missouri, in St. Louis, Missouri, I should say, in the 1st Congressional District where we are, where I live at, and you live at, Rev, there will be a caucus being held in the county at UMSL, University of Missouri, St. Louis. That will be the place where we'll be having our caucuses there for the county.
The commissioner, I went down to the commissioner's office on Tucker, and I talked to the people in there, the big people in there, and they told me that don't pay no attention to what they saying on the news. Now, who lying or who telling the truth?
Well, Rev, what the facts are, okay, that the election commission in the city of St. Louis right now has not picked a place where they're going to have their caucuses yet. And right now, the lawyers in the state of Missouri, which govern the city, and that's why they want to confuse people here, okay? That right now, that's what I'm talking about. Don't get confused. What you need to do, okay, really go to your polling places, not into the election boards. And but now in Missouri, in St. Louis, Missouri, we are in the 1st Congressional District, and we are in the county, which is we have voters here, which is up from the city, and already we have picked out a voting place where we will go to a caucus here in University of Missouri, St. Louis. And then in the city, they have yet to pick that place where you guys will be voted at. And I can tell you in advance there will be voting in each ward, okay, that you have. We'll have people voting in those wards, okay, who they're going to have for Congress, for president. I've been in those conferences back in the years gone by. They have just changed the rules right now up until recently to have the primaries. Not have primary, but have caucus. And by the way, caucus are meant to confuse you, by the way, Rep. So again, that's exactly what's taking place. And so, but right now, no matter where you are, we're not talking about the state of Missouri. We're talking about if you live in Kentucky, Connecticut, Washington State, Oregon, or even D.C., or even Florida. You have different places. And right now, this is what I'm saying to you today, that in the state of South Carolina, they are voting right now in their primaries for the president on the Democratic ticket. Now they will have caucus. They will have a primary also in South Carolina for the Republicans also. And that's why each party right now will elect somebody to run against each other on the Democratic side or the Republican side. And also, you will be aware that you will also have people in November that we voted. You have people who voted called independent candidates, who also will be on the ballot. So when don't just look for President Joe Biden, Vice President Donald Trump, you have a lot of Cornel West is one of the people, brother right now. He's running as an independent. You got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who also is running as an independent. So you have a lot of independents out there running that will be on the ballot come November. But right now, we're talking primarily about the parties that dominate right now, the Republican and Democratic Party. So those are the ones that pretty much control Congress and control what we actually get our laws done right now. So those are the things that we need to be aware of. And also, we continue to say this. Matter of fact, you know, things like I can say this. In this first month, we have had more murders than last year already. So again, murders continue to increase. And so the carjacking and those things are things that are taking place around the country. But thank God, some places is going down. And also, I want to say thank you for joining lunch with my Chairman Congress for a beautiful Saturday afternoon. My name is Aaron, folks. That's Scott. That's where I'll be right back. And I guess, Scott, things in life will be safe. hope life is good where you are. But also, what we didn't tell you a few minutes ago, one of the problems that we are taking place, well, I can say this is a problem, is a good thing because we've been reading for years and years and years and years, and for the past decades, that in Southern California, they've been having a drought. You know what I mean? They've been having a drought, which means they was not getting any rain out there, and people were complaining that the crops were suffering, and that this has created a problem for a lot of people there. They can't water their grass, and I think it's been something that's been unbelievable. But the good part about this is now that they are now getting rain, and in fact, they are getting floods out there in Southern California, and also this past week, with these rains coming down so bad there in LA, we got the Grammy Awards that's taking place this coming well, tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And one of the things that the Grammys going to be taking place in LA, and with all these heavy rains that's taking place, they're looking forward to now how they can prepare and to make sure that that these rains that's taking place there do not affect what takes place with the Grammy Awards. And these awards, like I said, take place every year. And right now, this is kind of funny that we're going to talk about this, but right now the Super Bowl will be next Sunday, I should say. This is in Las Vegas, California. And thank God, again, this is happening on our state of Missouri. The Kansas City Chiefs will be again in the Super Bowl. Thanks to play the team, Patrick Holmes, Kelsey, Jones, Pacheco, and also the great coach they have, Andy Reid, when we played the San Francisco 49ers. And around this, something real I'm talking about, off and on here is right now, the Super Bowl is going to be taking place, and Kelsey and his girlfriend right now, and that's what you call them, girlfriend, they've been dating Taylor Swift. Well, for people not aware, Taylor Swift was voted Person of the Year by Time Magazine. And in being Person of the Year, that means that's an honor to be there. Well, and so Kelsey, they're so fortunate to have her as a girlfriend. So we in Missouri means that Kansas City Chiefs will get extra attention. And I wait to see tomorrow night, okay, when they have the Grammy Awards, what would take place when we find out, okay, that Taylor Swift wins some Grammy Awards, and which makes her number at the top in the music industry. And so she's won quite a few in the past. And so now I said that because people are saying that the game is fixed. Well, when you go through all those games that we have had this past year, and in the case of Baltimore Ravens, they did not have a good day, and that takes place with a lot of teams. They have they get to the big dance, and people freeze up. And when they do that, guess what? They lose. So right now we have the two best teams right now in the NFL. As a matter of fact, I look forward to it again. I've been watching the Super Bowl since they first got started, and you're surprised about who shows up. And but I was hoping that Kansas City Chiefs made it again. We have a once in a lifetime opportunity here in Missouri to watch a quarterback named Patrick Mahomes, a young black quarterback that has changed the way football is being played, and that's a good thing. And we're excited about that, and so we're looking forward to a good game next week, okay? And hope where you are, that you can get a chance to enjoy the game. And also, another thing that's here in Missouri that we talked about this past week, that our legislative, that's in our state, our House Representative in our state Senate. Well, the state Senate in Missouri is where all the bills get bogged down every year, this past couple of years. And when those bills bogged down in Kansas, Illinois, Arkansas, and Tennessee, which is the state that's around Missouri, well, those states there have legal betting. Missouri does not. And so right now, the St. Louis Cardinals, the St. Louis Blues, our hockey team, and also our soccer team, St. Louis City, our soccer team, and also the Kansas City Royals, Kansas City Chiefs, and also their soccer teams also, and the hockey team, the soccer teams, I should say. Well, that is big money. And those owners who are billionaires in some cases, have not been able to get the state Senate in Missouri to pass a bill to allow betting. So what they're doing is they're getting an initiative. A petition is being passed around the state of Missouri right now to make sure to allow them to get enough signatures, okay? And if the people vote in favor of it, okay, it becomes a law. Well, not only we voted for so now that shows you what all the money the people have in Missouri that the Senate, okay, is blocking that. And so now the petition route is a route that they're going to go to get this made legal in Missouri. And the same thing is going to take place for abortions in Missouri also. This year has been held up as much as they can. But right now, Missouri is one of the worst states for women. There is no abortion allowed for the most part. And so now Planned Parenthood, they're also trying to get a petition drive. They got a petition drive going now. And to show you how people do, in the House of Representatives right now in our state capital, Dell City, they are now trying to pass a law now to raise the number of votes, percentage, okay? Right now, if we have, you win by just one vote, it's lost. And so now the politicians in our state capital, who are all Republicans, by the way, are trying to make it more difficult for the petition drive to become law. And so in doing that, that means now that our state representatives, the people that we put in office to work for us, are trying to work against us. And this is what you call not a very good deal at all. But right now, these are some of the things that we are facing in Missouri. And also, that's what I was telling Rev early on. Each state has its own set of issues that we're having nowadays, that they change the laws behind our backs. They get more difficult, okay, for us to be able to have money. In some places, here in St. Louis County where I live at, they now make it, if you're a senior citizen, which I am, then you can pay less taxes now. Sales tax on different issues and stuff. So the laws are changing from state to state to state to state to state. And the only way that we can take advantage of what's going on, I should say take advantage, okay, is to live the life that we must live, is that we be aware of what's taking place. And also in Washington, D.C., Washington Appeals, Federal Judge Appeals Court, so forth, has not come back, okay, with the appeal of former president's case, where he says that he has immunity over a prosecution. Well, the district there has not returned an answer to his petition. So right now, the case has been postponed a little bit now, which means that case with Judge Jenkins in D.C. has been moved back a little bit there. And also, when we're talking about this, talking about money, what this may mean is that the case with Trump, President Trump, is taking place right now in New York State about his company being put out of business and how much money he needs to pay. Well, then that should be coming down next week or so, in the next week or so. And we got to see how that's going to play out. So again, those cases are playing out. And also in the Republican program, we have issues. Well, it shouldn't be issues really. You have, in most cases, you have black female women that are being attacked no matter where they are that are in office. And that's something that's going to continue to take place, okay, because again, people resent them being in position, okay, to be able to govern and stuff, you know what I mean? And so, right now, you'll be seeing more female, you know, I've been seeing more female that should get to office and stuff. And this is going to continue for some time. And also, we didn't talk about it last week, but the thing over in the Middle East, Israel right now, in our opinion, this is my personal opinion, I think we've gotten to the point now where we have Israel need to kind of back. Cause right now there's nothing in Gaza left right now for them to be tearing up. Now all the people for the most part, that did what they did, they have left the country. If they had any kind of good city gone. And so right now, this destruction, and this got to be built back up. And I think President Joe Biden should right now kind of let Netanyahu know that it's time for the stop, because we are providing the bombs and all the stuff that's needed, for Israel to fight. And I have a problem with the war that's going on between Israel and Hamas, because Netanyahu, the president of Israel, had in the past, up until they started this attack in October, he's been giving them millions of dollars every year for the last, since he's been in office, trying to, I don't know what it was for. And also, they had a plan that circulated a year in advance, and they were going to do what they did on October the 7th. So again, we need to kind of look at the history here. And I think one thing that we find out is that, and that's why we look at our Bible and stuff, that once they do an investigation, we're going to see exactly why is it and who's responsible for all the things that went wrong. And another thing that I didn't talk about earlier on, but I guess to call in, is the trial that's going on with the teacher, with the parents in Michigan right now, where a son bought a rifle, that they had paid for to school and killed several people, and now he's also pleaded guilty. But right now, the parent, one thing, Rev, and you all know right now with our kids and grandkids, that we're to make sure that we're always, looking out for them to make sure that they do the right thing. And we can't trust them to do the right. We got to make sure they're doing the right thing. I talked to a good friend of mine this morning about his grandson, that they all are gainfully employed. Some got their own business. But that's why we as parents had to take on the task of making sure our kids are doing the right thing. You can't just assume it. You got to make sure they do it. Right now, we'll take another small break. Listen to Ferguson USA, HotTalkRadio.com. And also Missouri Chicken Comrades. You can hear it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and also on Instagram. Thanks for joining our program. Scott, let us know, take it out of here. illustrious Missouri Chamber of Commerce. We were waiting for our guest to call in, but one of the things I was talking to you today was about a good buddy from Nashville, Tennessee, Ron Wynn. In the past, we had talked about the politics of what's going on there, but this time we're going to talk about a little bit about the trip that Ron took this past weekend to Canada. In the city of Nashville, they have a National Hockey League team, called the Predators, Nashville Predators, and what they have done is something very, very unique. What the Predators have done down in Nashville with Tennessee State, okay? What they have done, they have started a program. Yeah. Started a program by which they're trying to create, not trying to create a hockey team for the first time with a HBCU, Sugar Back College team, will have a hockey team that will be joining. That will be, hopefully this will continue to other cities where they have hockey teams. I know in our state here in Missouri, St. Louis, we have the St. Louis Blues, but we have Harrisburg University here. We also have the university called HBCU, but neither of those have sports program of the magnitude that we have. We have teams, okay, that we can have a hockey team, but that's something that's going to be very, very different. We're looking forward to that, excited how that's going to take place and how it's going to grow. And it has to be something very, 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 very positive there. And
Hey,
also, yes, sir.
Hey, Harold, why Harris Stowe accreditation is messed up or something? What's going on there?
Well, one of the things here in St. Louis, we have Harrisburg University, which from the HBCU here. What really they're asking about is the accreditation that's taking place, lack of accreditation, I should say. Because one, the students' population has gone down, and that means that they need to have X amount of students, and each class had to be accredited, so they will revisit that sometime in the next couple of months. But one of the things that we talked about earlier in the program was that COVID-19 has done so much to our country. Matter of fact, in our education, most of our universities right now, the ones that are still trying to hold on, they have a whole new world to live in, where they get less and less donations. Where students right now, the population is down, where people for the enrollments are down, especially the HBCUs. When in some places you get donations, but Harris Stowe has right now has to be able to lift itself up. And we may give you more reports about that in the coming months about what accreditation taking place there. And also, while we talked about HBCUs in the state of Missouri, Liberty University, which is up in Jeff City, is going through some turmoil there, where a beloved administrator killed herself because she was being bullied allegedly by the racist president of the university, was white, by the way, and so she reported it, and now the president has stepped down from that position, and so now we're going to see how that's going to take place. And that was around the country. We see a lot of stuff taking place where even here in not only here in Missouri, but in our legislators, I always talk about that politics start at home. And in the politics start at home, it lets you know that, like you said, Rev, a few minutes ago about, we got misinformation, okay, from the election board when you went down there about what's going to take place, with the caucuses. Well, Missouri is a caucus state. And the reason we are a caucus state, the Republicans, who control the House and the Senate, as well as the governorship, decided this year they wanted to make sure they limited, who's on the ballot. And when you go to a caucus, that means that you get in a room in each congressional district. You have in that state congressional districts, you get in the room and you have the most people who agree on one person is the one that they gets gets the endorsement from their group. Not like where you have one ballot, but in a caucus, I will tell you this, okay? That's a situation where the person that can holler the loudest can make the most is the one who actually wins. And me personally, I do not like caucuses. I've been involved with them. In fact, I was the head of them. The caucuses, I was also should be in charge of the 4 awards, and I was the one that had to organize them. So I understand how the caucuses working. So we're working on, but again, it's not my decision. It's what takes place in our state capital, and so that's what dictates what we have to deal with. So, but I'm excited to say that we do have a system where we can vote, and that now, like I said, down in South Carolina, see, Rep, the problem this time out that each party, the Democrats and Republicans, do not have a regular primaries where we have people competing against each other. I mean, right now, in the Democratic Party, there's no one running against President Joe Biden in the primary that has gotten enough votes to challenge him in a primary. And so here today, if he voted in South Carolina, there's no doubt who's going to win that primary. President Biden and Kamala Harris. Vice President Kamala Harris. And there's no doubt, okay, when they have the vote right now, when they have the primary in South Carolina, Republican primary, I should say, in a couple of weeks, I think it's next. I want to say the 5th, okay. When they have it down here in South Carolina, that President Trump is gonna win that also. And even the fact that Nikki Haley is the former governor from that state. So what that means is there's no competition. There's no excitement that would have in a general election year. And that's why I say a lot of people right now are confused about what's going on, or why this is not taking place, why you don't see people knocking on your door, why you don't see people putting out signs, stuff that you normally see in an election year. And now, unfortunately, on the Republican side, that the national committees do not have money in their treasury to support the state committees. And so that's going to show not good, because they won't have the money to support people running for state representatives and for state senators and what have you. Or either for these, your down ballot for governor, secretary of state, treasurers in those offices that had to be funded for them to win. And so, but now they're saying that there's no money coming from the National Republican Committee. But thank God that on the Democratic side, they will have money coming down to those committee people, from the committeemen, from the state reps, to people running for governor, all different departments, that they will be having money. They have for them to pay their workers. And so, but there is competition right now. I can assure you, that's right now there's competition going on, but it's not just of the magnitude we have seen before, because of the Democratic Party and Republican Party have succeeded. That President Joe Biden will be the candidate for the Democrat, and that President Donald Trump will be our candidate on the Republican ticket. And so, and besides on that, we haven't talked about this, Rev, and we should, that both of these gentlemen, okay, are over 75 years of age, and I know I'm 75, and the these gentlemen are close to 80 that we are, Rev. And so right now, most people the young people who are somewhat turned off, we talk about the Z generation and the Z and the millennials, and how, and I can understand that, because I remember when I was a younger person, I wanted to have somebody young running to be president at that time. But right now, I think I can assure you that next 4 years, it'll be something different. That they will have more people out there running, because former President President Biden, if he wins, he cannot run again. And I'm not sure if President Trump will run again himself. Because if he doesn't win, he has 91 cases, indictments that he's been. But let's think about this, Rev. Somebody's been indicted 91 times and also been found guilty twice of rape, and defamation against a woman. That's kind of hard for me to swallow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know
I
about
told you that. I said there's wickedness, Howard. There's wickedness out here. The wicked people is for that. They for the wrong things. They ain't for nothing right. They for wrong. That's why it's a disaster. The people in the world is waxing worse and worse.
Yeah, well, Rev,
I say it's the world, but it's the people in the world that's waxing worse and worse. People are the one make the world go round. Whether they want to be that still or not, it's people makes the world go round. But people not participate like they would because of different things. They're getting worse. They don't care. They done lost confidence and all like that. What they need to do, everybody need to be born again and get God in their life.
Rev, we can't deny that, okay, but having said that, the things that pop up, that as we deal with the different things here, something that since we have the time here, we're not like yes to call in, but we got to move on. That the weather that we haven't talked about, my God, around the world, just cause we don't talk about this enough always on our program. We are having, we talked about a little bit today about the fact that California will no longer can be put in a drought class. And by that means that I can't think of the exact word that they call it, okay? But it's atmospheric river storm. Now, that is a storm that's water for the first time in California. They actually getting flood. Matter of fact, we talking about 5, 6 inches. We talking about flooding, okay? Rivers overflowing. And now, okay, California, tomorrow, they've got to prepare that what's going to take place, okay, it sounds kind of crazy for the city of LA to worry about being hit by floods. Especially when they got the Grammy Award taking place, and they're going to be flooded at the same time. Something real? That's something that people not even talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About that thing, and that's affecting a whole state, and at the same time, not affecting the whole state. You got a whole industry of music that this is normally the other time for them to showcase. Pick the best, in music, the awards there, and all those superstars be coming in there, and so now how that plays out. Well, I know tomorrow night if you see it on CBS, we're going to see this, taking place. But the bad part about it, again, is that this is not being talked about, and people are losing their lives in their homes and stuff. So far, I take it back, Rev. There has not been any loss of life so far in this weather, and that's why here in Missouri we had we were promised good temperatures the last couple of days, and this storm, the first layer that just went through this storm we're talking about in California, went through the last couple of days here in St. Louis. Now the second wave is coming in, and Real, what this is doing, this is global warming. We have what nobody tell you. This has changed weather patterns because here in the Midwest, our weather is nothing like, we've been having like spring days. People have to leave St. Louis at this time of year to go someplace where they can get sunshine. Well, hell, they got the sunshine right here at home. They ain't got to go no place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got weather they get down in Florida.
All I say, we got to keep talking with God.
Yeah.
God is the only one that can help this situation by using people to do the right thing.
Well, then, one of the things I hate to say this, but it's the fact that people doing the right thing. They know better because right now, one of the things that's taking place is that in our schools, I know I can say here in Missouri that people right now are taking away education away from us. I mean, they're taking it away from, they changing stuff around. All of our education boards, like one of the things that we talk about here that takes place in D.C. in the Congress. Well, they have to put down money for education that goes to each state every year. Education budget. Well, they have not been discussed about giving money to the colleges. You ask about Harrisville University. Well, that's one of the problems they have there because with the enrollment down, that means support and help should come from the federal government.
See, Aaron.
Money. Yes, sir.
Hey, Aaron. I'm gonna go in prayer about that, and God can make changes. The changes that they're making is against the people, but God is for the people, by the people. So let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we know you know what's everything that goes on. You sit high and look low. And Heavenly Father, we ask you to come in, put your loving hand around here, and change this garbage and mess that's happened to make it better for the people, to help one another, have love one for another, in another, and to another, until Jesus come. Amen.
Well, I think that's the one thing that we need more of every day, every night, is we need more prayer. Because one thing that we always have prayers that bless us down, and I just understand, how as we see what we see, and we understand what we think we understand, but when people explain to us before our real eyes, what we see is not what we see. Okay. That kind of makes it a little hard for a person to understand the basic understanding of things about life, real. And that's...
But you know something, Myra? The Lord tells us as a Christian, walk by faith and not by sight. A lot of people don't understand that or know what that means or what they're saying. But as me as a Christian, I know what it means and what it's saying. Trust God. And it's just God work things over without hand. Anything done by hand is man in this system. That's why they working proper.
Well, today's scripture that you gave in your prayer, Daniel 3, it explains without any doubt how our system and what we're living through every day with our government, and how right now change is on the way and change is needed. And that one of the things that we all know that our school system is where you educate a person about how to go about living their lives, how to participate in the system, and understand what's going on. Well, that's under attack. And as soon as we can recognize it's under attack, the better off we'll be.
Amen.
And I think that's the fact that we need to understand, but we don't understand. At least I know I don't, and I'm not going to try to sit here and try to make believe that, hey, I know what's going on. I don't. I mean, every day I get up, I pray for a better day that God's going to show me. And each day I get up, I see something new. And most times it's something that I hadn't even thought about taking place yet and wait. And I know one thing that as we get older, you and I can say this without any doubt, that our bodies continue to change.
Yes, sir.
Just like, the weather changes every day.
And God is still on the throne, though. And look, you got us here. And we still running our miles and stuff. And look, God is the one that is the beginning from the end. And I'm trusting God, and I'm going to stay with God. I'm going to be with God, in God, of God, from God, with God. In Jesus' most precious name, amen.
Right, Rev. I think, the beauty of today's show, by the way, is that we had opportunity now, just to get more into the spirit, and that was through God's plan, because that's something that that we all we all believe in. And as I know right now that we talked about briefly, and we kind of scanned over it, that the vaccines that for the COVID-19, that was the vaccination that we've been getting, have been successful, in that 54% of the country right now have endured, okay, are less likely to get COVID-19. And just because it's not being talked about, we get all these, how many polls, how many people are catching it, how many people in the hospital, how many people are dying. Well, just because they don't talk about it, does not mean it's not taking place. So if you go through this, okay, we can tell you, as we said time and time again, please wash your hands, please wear your mask, because right now, I go places like never before, people have their face masks on. In all ages, I don't care what color you are. I mean, they're now putting their mask on. And in most hospitals now, they're now recommending that their doctors and their nurses and their staff put masks on now. To me, if they're wearing masks, that's a sign. No, that's not a sign. That's a reason for that. There's a reason for not mask on. But Rev, you and I keep our mask on anyway.
Yes, sir.
And so we know that this is for real, and that we always talk about fat meat being greasy. It is very greasy.
Sure is.
That's
why the fat meat goes to the Lord, Aaron. Because he knows how to deal with it. But we don't. It harms us.
Well, see, the one thing that we have to understand is that no matter what we see or do, He created us. He created us from dust. And no matter how you look at it, how many years they go by, I mean, centuries go by, decades go by. And in doing so, that means that we're still here, and we write down, tell stories about what took place in our generation. And one of the things now, people can find out about yourself, Rev, and I'm sure Scott and Chuck, that on this program, you can go back years and years to find out what we said years ago. Then you can compare us being the same people. Are we lying to you? Are we changing with the weather? Are we saying about our word? What are we saying? And like Chuck and both said last week, okay, that right now there's changes going on at a higher level, and that we are happy to say that we have more black people in politics now than ever before. I'm happy to say that they don't say it enough, okay, but in House Representatives in D.C., Congress announced that Mr. Hakeem Jeffries is the leader of the House Representatives, and you haven't heard a lot of praises, and he's been keeping his people together, and they've been handling the government and handling the people's business, and getting bills passed. And guess what, Rev? They don't talk about that.
No.
And I know right now the Speaker of the House, Mr. Johnson, he would be out of be recalled by now if it had not been for Mr. Hakeem Jeffries, coming to his rescue, and where the Democrat and Republican came together, and that's why we have a Congress. It's meant to be they have to work hand in hand, and it should not be that one person dictating it's my way or the highway. But that's not how our country was designed.
Amen.
And I think when we look around the world, we see more dictatorships where people are more depressed and where only one person is benefiting, like we said today. What's the president? Who's the president the king in Nebuchadnezzar. You know how he thought he could just create an image, okay, and then make this image be what everybody bow down to.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't work that way.
No,
It doesn't
sir.
work that way. You know, and really, it should be a lesson to those people who want to do it that way. That at some point they're going to be destroyed.
Yes, sir.
You know, like I mean, you and I, and Scott and Rib, and what's his name? Chuck. We all talk about this, you know, sometimes about these shows, and even on the show that our country right now, we find ourselves a powerful nation, and when you're a powerful nation, or you're powerful for anything, everybody want to take you on. And so now in the Middle East, with these wars that we're fighting over there, these people have been fighting these wars for hundreds of thousands of years.
Amen.
And all the Bible that we read about, they talk about, but what happened is they changed the name of these countries. They changed the names of the people that's out there fighting for them. Like in the case of Iran, you don't see them fighting. They're putting the money behind somebody else.
You don't hear no more about Iran and Iraq. You don't hear no more about that. But that mean ain't nothing going on, though.
Well, right now you don't hear about it, Real, but you're about to hear more about it now. Because Iran is saying we didn't kill those Americans. That wasn't us. That was somebody else did that. But they gave them the guns. They gave them the drones. You know, and not only the drones, okay, but the shells and the missiles for them to conduct war. Matter of fact, they're shipping weapons now to Russia. You know, because they one thing for sure, they're not gonna go broke no time soon because they got oil pumping over there.
Yeah.
I mean, they all got oil, and they're never gonna go broke. As a matter of fact, they don't talk about it, Rev, but the United States itself, it probably has more oil being pumped this year than most nations have. And so right now, we're not as dependent right now on oil as we've been in the past. And that's one of the things, okay, that we can talk about here is that our economy is doing the best it has been in decades. For the first time in years, we got our highways and our roads and bridges are being fixed. And I know here in Missouri, the Interstate Highway started here. And finally, Interstate 70 is being repaired between here and Kansas City.
Yeah.
We're going to make a 3-lane highway, but it's been a 2-lane highway for years. And there have been bridges that have been falling down along the highway that are being repaired. And matter of fact, anywhere you go now, in most cities now, you see construction taking place.
Yeah.
Now, it may be frustrating to you, okay? And I know I get frustrated with it, but at the end of the day, I'm happy. That means I'm seeing infrastructure money being put to work.
Right.
People got jobs.
Right.
We can feed their families.
Yep.
You know, one thing that we should discuss that this past week that the UAW made a formal endorsement, okay, for President Biden for his re-election campaign. And you say, what does that mean? That means that they're going to commit money. They're going to commit manpower to be on the polls, knocking on doors. They're going to commit, resources that they can do right now, to make sure that he stays in office. And as a matter of fact, one thing that President Trump did this week was visit the teachers, and ask for their support. And but see, when people do go to the politics, go to these unions, okay, and I've been a union member, we look back, okay, on who has helped us in the past, who've been our enemies, who've been our friends, and we help our friends. So it's really interesting to see, what takes place, with former President Trump and the teachers, as their endorsements. I mean, and at the end of the day, this should be, a year of excitement. But our country is excited, okay, compared to where it has been in the past. But what the pandemic did now is redid the way we have offices now. People wake up at home, and what that did, you said, well, that's not a big deal. It is. All the restaurants that used to serve people breakfast, they're going out of business now or losing money. All the people that serve them the lunch hours, people finding it peanut butter jams at home, either some soup or something, and now you be paying $10, $15 for lunch every day. And they'll find that if you do that 5 days a week, that kind of adds up. And right now you find that more office space is being available cheaper than before. With people staying at home, the corporations right now have to downsize. And that's why you see a lot of corporations right now, and also we didn't say anything about this, but we needed to. This past week in Congress, in the Senate, I should say, that the multimedia companies, Facebook, Twitch, and all those, X, and all those, they had to come and have a conversation about what they were doing or was not doing, in terms of their media, and then it was taking place. And I think it's a good time for Chuck DeVoe to come in, because right now, Chuck, we had just, I guess today didn't show up, Chuck, so I've been having a general discussion. But it kind of leads me, when I was about to start talking about when you came in here, what took place in Washington, D.C. this past week in the Senate, where the social media companies go there once a year and have a discussion. Tell us a little bit about Chuck. I know you won't talk about stuff like that. First of all, Chuck, welcome to the program. How you thinking, Chuck?
How you doing, Chuck?
I'm wonderful, and how are you, my brother?
All right.
Yeah, Ira, that
Go ahead. Come on.
That had, and this is just my opinion, and not
I know just
an organization, whatever. I didn't really pay it a whole lot of attention, but I mean, from a particular, from the way it was being served up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's convoluted, and it had to do with lawsuits that were being filed by the parents of children that had taken their own life as a result of cyberbullying or predatory type of activities. An example was a young girl, and she could have been 14, could have been 15, could have been 13, somewhere around in that age group.
But she's a young girl.
Yeah, and it happened to some boys too. I mean, they were either side, and they're texting and going back and forth in relationship, creating an online relationship with somebody they believed to be a peer, but it later turned out to be an adult who was predatory. A predator, and they were exchanging photographs of things, and the basically it turned into embezzlement. I mean, like if you don't send me some money or do this or that, I'm gonna put your pictures all over the internet, or that sort of thing, or I'm gonna make sure all your classmates know it. And and the kids are reacting like, "Oh, my life is ruined. I can't tell my parents, or what am I going to do?" And then the person was telling them, "Just kill yourself then." And a couple of them did it. They just kind of succumbed to it and did it. And
Chuck, let me just ask you a question, okay? And this is my opinion and your opinion here now. We're not talking about the jury. That's what your comments. Okay, we need somebody as individuals, as husbands and as fathers, grandfather, we want to call them that age. When you hear about any young kid not being able to live their lives, okay, like we think they should, where they, we supposed to be carefree, learning at that age. And you might have been a teacher. Well, I'm quite sure this week, okay, we listened to what was going on. The young lady who didn't, her son killed some people, and now she's on trial.
Yeah.
For her not,
I forgot. Was it
Michigan? I think it was Michigan. I want to say.
Yeah, Michigan. It was Michigan. And
Okay.
yeah. And and it's a little bit like the one in Virginia where the 6-year-old kid took
Right.
to school and shot the teacher. But the common denominator, the common subject matter. From maybe those of us kind of watching, has something to do with parent responsibility.
Thank you,
Or
sir.
what role did the parent have to play in it? Because in this thing we're talking about with these testimonies of the internet companies and all that, they were suing them and trying to get after them about their policing policies, or even saying that by there's a thing called contributory neglect. By you aware of this and you knowing it and you did nothing, you neglected the problem, you're part of the problem. In law, in business law, is contributory neglect is you knew but you didn't act. And that's kind of like what they're trying to say, or saying, and I don't know the success or prowess of the litigation that's going on with it, but that was the gist of it. And at the end of the day, if you want to kind of look at it like that, the companies are basically saying, okay, we're gonna, we'll hone up to it. We'll come in. We'll testify. We'll go through the process, and we'll try and do a better job of it. But it had a precedent that was set in when there was censoring or not, like on Twitter. When do you allow something that President Biden or the Democrats are saying, you allowed that, but you didn't allow what Trump was saying? So it's kind of started getting into those kinds of, it starts getting into First Amendment kind of conversation, and it just keeps on going and escalating. And whether or not they want to ban TikTok or something, or these people, these things that are what's being said, that's kind of like starts to become part of the conversation.
But something that gets me in the whole conversation, okay, is that nowadays most kids 2 years old, 2 years old, the parents buy them these tablets or whatever they have, and parents don't have science that how to use them. And when it does, it becomes a babysitter right now. They put them in a room right now, and the kid is quiet, and the parent don't care. And then I think, and the kid, this lady we talked about here, okay, this is an older kid, but she wasn't listening to what the teachers, the principals were saying, the teacher was saying, or she wasn't working with a child or going, participating, but during our time with other things, rather than being a good parent. And parents have kind of got taken out of it, of their responsibilities of being who they're supposed to be to their kids. And I think that's kind of the gist of where we are now, is that all these, every year they have these meetings, okay, where these people come before Congress and say, yeah. But we're giving our kids all these little things to keep them busy with, and we the one buying. Kids can't afford those toys, those things. We the one buying them, okay? And we the one put them in their hands. So we can't just blame the media all by itself. So we got to take ourselves and start with our own selves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a personal opinion.
I mean, so Ira, this conversation could take, several directions, a number of directions.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing that I think we're talking about it every week, and that's like what's going on in your home, in your house,
Yes.
what's going on in your heart, in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and where is, and it's happened, it's been happening, and it just keeps getting more and more and more and more, and going down that path, that that today's parents are having whatever kind of moment as to what they are or what they aren't going to do or be responsible for or feel obligated to do. And it shows up. That's what we were talking about. It shows up in the classroom. It shows up. It shows up just on the job or out here, at a party or what you do, what's going on, and and add to that. What examples do we have, or what are we looking at, or what's society reflecting? And it just keeps getting further and further out there. If you are unrooted, if you don't have some character and constitution, and what we used to call just some home training. Yep. I mean, you're home training. I mean, for
basic.
Yeah, for what to be going on, here it is. I mean, this is what we see. So on one hand, a black young man, a woman, whatever, gets pulled over, and they decide they're not going to totally just pull out your driver's license or just follow commands, on command. Even dare to say, I know my rights. And before you know it,
you on the ground.
That person, before you know it, and you got to quantify and qualify what you're dealing with. So here's a person out of work, couldn't do anything, maybe used to be a school teacher, maybe used to be working as a truck driver or something, and decide they're going to go to the police academy. And we know some people like this, and often they got other problems and things they're angry about or not happy about, and they not like the people who they're going to be policing. They don't look like them. They're not from that neighborhood or culture. Or they may not even know anybody that's like that. Have no exposure, no preparation, nothing. And they push them right on through the academy. And guess what? Next thing you get to do and wonder. And if you going to the academy, me going to the academy, Reverend, anybody else, first thing is on your mind. So when do we get the gun?
5 minutes, gentlemen.
Put us out on the street. I'll wrap this up. But put us out on the street with a gun, and then at what point do you use that gun? So here's this kid getting over, saying whatever, and he make a move because you're nervous anyway, and you say, I don't know, better for the doubt, I'll just shoot and ask questions later. Then flip the channel, and the next thing on the news shows 6 illegal immigrants beating the police up, kicking them in the head, beating them down, getting arrested. And I don't know, from just a matter of moments, hours, times, within the same day, within just a few hours, they release and put back on the street. Can't find them. Don't know if they're going to show up for the court date or not. And have collected their $5,000 Visa card. So that's the example. That's what they're seeing. That's what's going on. And talking about what's going on in your house and the parenting. Well, you're not getting it. Don't look for any help from the government or from public society.
Okay, well, Chuck, right now, National Human Commerce has been very busy putting together a foundation and a structure as we go forward. Okay, and I commend you, okay, and the staff, the people that you have around you, and the people that you're now bringing to the table, as we kind of build up, our organization. And I commend you on it. So tell us a bit about some of the things we can expect coming to the future. That will make a change in our community.
I'm really encouraged and enthused by this week. I was just got back yesterday from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We did a ribbon cutting ceremony for our first chamber ever in any of the Dakotas, North or South, but in Sioux Falls, and I was so pleasantly surprised with the caliber, the quality, the intellectual capacity, and the organizing, and how that chamber was formed. So we'll invite them on the show, and you can talk and hear about it.
Come on, please, yeah.
In real soon. But the chambers, we're putting more energy on the quality of what we're doing and the two people we work with and the types of chambers we have. So there's big changes coming.
Okay, well that's if you go to the Dakotas, okay, that is monumental.
Yes, sir.
And I know that's almost before you came on. I was talking about here in Missouri that we as a chamber, as black men and black women here, that the football, Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Royals, St. Louis Cardinals, and also the hockey teams, they cannot get anything through our legislators, okay, to allow them to bet in our states. And that these powerful white men, okay, who own these companies, are now having to go to get petitions passed because our legislators, okay, will not give them anything. So right now, we as a chamber, as a black man, are going to them, asking them to help us, use the money that we pay to give back to our community. It just shows you how difficult it can be. And then that's something we go up against every week, every day in our state of Missouri alone. And I know coming from the South Dakotas, okay, that the legislators there, and I'm excited to hear what you just said about the Dakotas. That gives me some excitement that, hey, my work is not in vain here in Missouri, but being represented. Scott and all I'm trying to do here in Missouri without changing. I mean, that's always good to see something like that take place. Then just everybody is up short. Congratulations.
Say that again. Yes, sir.
Because it's not easy as it may sound as we try and get these things done. It's not easy at all.